Hello everyone. I'm going to see if I can't get myself up on my iPad and my computer, but I know it takes it a few minutes before it will go live. Oh, there I am. Oh, I forgot to take it and mute my computer. All right. Okay, got it up on both. Good. I hope you are, oh, hey, Janice. I hope you're all having a fabulous Saturday. It's a beautiful sunny day here. A little chilly, but that's me. And I love, hey, Barb. I love seeing the sun and the blue sky and hopefully some warm weather will be coming soon. We only have, the days are getting longer. The sun is moving up. I can always tell because I have to close my blinds in my great room later than I normally do. So when it's summertime, I have to close my blinds because it comes in and I don't want it to fade my furniture or my floors. So I just close them. I close them enough so that it blocks the sun. All right. I had asked and nobody said anything. And then I thought, well, I have seen some gorgeous cards lately with some watercoloring. And I thought, well, I will show how to use your stamps and do some watercoloring. The ones that I saw had taken and embossed the image. So I've done that also. I've done one with a black diamond that I have that's sparkly. And then I have my gold that I've done. So I have two that I'm going to do for you today and show you just how easy it is to watercolor. And I know a lot of people saying, but it's not. It really is easy if you know a few secrets. And I'm going to share some of those secrets with you. I'm also going to use a palette and re-inkers. You can use your ink pad on a block, but I find that the re-inkers are a little bit brighter. Oh, look at her. She's mad at me because I didn't take her out. Of course, I don't know why, because she just looks over my shoulder at the pen. So she's tearing up her bed in there. Oh, such a mess, such a mess. And she's probably also mad at me because we didn't get to do our walk. I was running behind, so I couldn't take her for her walk. So, but that's all right. She'll be fine. I'll just take her for an extra long one later today. If she'll let me. Lots of times we go around, because I do a circle. We go around the circle and she starts pulling to go back into the yard because she wants to eat sticks and acorns and she doesn't find those on the walk. I may do a long walk and do the whole loop of the circle today and see how she does with that. I haven't done that yet, but I think it might be good for her to do that. She's used to doing just the circle, and that way she can't pull because we'll be going down and around and won't come back because when we get close to the driveways when she starts pulling. All right, I'm going to get ready and flip this down. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes, turn away your iPad, whatever you need to do so that you don't see this. And I'm going to get ready and do this. And then I know my computer is going to say the live has ended because it doesn't like me to switch my camera, but then I just restart it. So give me a minute and I'm going to set it up. I'm getting a lot better at this. All right. Of course, I would be better if it would. I'm trying to flip it down. There we go. I couldn't see if it was down because I had it covered. All right. You can open your eyes. I'm going to try to, oh, it flipped it around. Sorry. Come on. There. I was trying to pinch it closer. I'm not going to fool with it. But there we go. All right, there's a few supplies you need to get started. You actually need some water. You need some paintbrushes. And I have a variety of sizes here, depending on what you have and what you... if you've got smaller spaces, then you want a small brush. It's better if you can find one with a rounded tip, because then that'll let you get into small spaces. But I have a variety. You need some ink. Now, you can use Memento. I would suggest you use, let me stop and think. I have to, StazOn or some kind of ink that's waterproof. If you're going to emboss, then you need Versamark. And you'll need embossing powder. And I have used gold and black diamond. All right. The other thing you need is you need your embossing buddy. Now, if you keep your eyes out in Dollar Tree, if you don't have one of these, they have them in there that you can get. But I will tell you, you can get the same effect with taking a little bit of cornstarch, putting it in a container and a paintbrush and painting it all over, just like you would smear this all over. If you're only going to emboss. Now, if you're not going to emboss, you don't need to worry about it. You need a paper towel to dry off your paintbrush. And since I was embossing, I used my MISTI to stamp it over and over again because I wanted to make sure I had a good, crisp image. You need something to put your paint in. These little palettes are not expensive. I use them because I can then take and reuse the paint like this. All I have to do is put some water in there and it will reactivate. And I'm just going to kind of clean these out a little. All right, in case there's anything in there. And then, like I said, re-inkers. I pulled out Blueberry Bushel and Daffodil for my daisies. And I pulled in Pretty Peacock and Pool Party. And the first card I'm going to do is going to be my daisies. And I took the open images and I stamped them and embossed them with my black. That I'm going to take and I'm going to put a couple of drops of blueberry in there. And like I said, you're not wasting this because it'll dry. Unless you need, I've got like a bunch, hey Sharon, a bunch of these that I got. I think I got them on Amazon. I don't know. It was like 6 of them. So if you get a couple of them, you can use different colors in there. All right, now, so we're going to start. And I think I'm going to try this paintbrush. And the first thing you want, I'm going to move these out of the way. They're for later. The first thing you want to do is you want to take and you want to add water to your image. All right. And you only want the water where you want the ink to be. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to water this down because I don't want it too dark. All right, I'm going to tap it off and I'm just going to go in. Oh, that's still too dark. All right, so here's what you can do if it's too dark. Take your paper towel, that's why you have one, and add your paper towel to it. And that will take, and it will dry lighter, so I'm going to kind of leave that. And then I've got so much paint on here that all I have to do is add some water and it's going to spread. So as you can see, it's very easy to do. All right, I'm going to add a little more water and I'm going to get to the point like now where it's really, really light. So I'm going to go back and pick up some more ink, and I'm just going to go around, and I'm not worried that my darker color's pooling in the center or different spots. It just adds some shading. Let me get some more. I probably could have gotten away with just one drop of the blue. Okay. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more blue, just to kind of give you different variations. Now what I did was I stamped this and I embossed it, and then I created a mask, and I had to attach my mask in the center. It would not stick to the embossing. And then I stamped my other two flowers. So let me get these going. Oh, I went outside the line. Dang, dang, dang. Let me see if I can get some of that off. Nope, not going to be able to. Oh, well. And I'm not going to worry about making this one dark, because as you see, if you do, it's going to blend in, whereas now you see that it's two separate petals. I have to get better with this. And I'm going to do the same thing down here. I'm going to start with my petals. And as you can see, I have enough water on my brush and color that I don't need to add the water in here. The water is good if you're going to, and you'll see in a minute when I do it, when I do the centers, which I'm going to have to take and set this aside, because you want it to dry. You don't want your ink to be wet or it will bleed. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And with that black shiny, I hope you can see the glitter. Let me see. I'm trying to. Oh, you can't. Pooh. Bummer. All right, well, got that. All right, now, and I think I'm going to have to change my water, because if not, I'll get green when I mix it in with my yellow. So give me a minute to do that. Okay. All right. I'm going to move that out of the way so it can dry. I'm going to clean my brush. Now, the other thing that I did was I took the detailed dogwood. Now, this is a free stamp set for Celebration that I have. And I stamped it, and then I embossed it in the gold. And I thought I would do Pool Party and Pretty Peacock. I love this color combination. So I'm going to start with, ooh, not there, just one dot, and see how far I go. All right, it might be better just to do one dot. We'll find out. Oh, okay, thanks, Barb. Okay, now I'm going to take, and I'm going to use my Pool Party. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. This is really light. And I'm going to do my flowers in the Pool Party. And when you get blobs and you don't want them, take and tap off your paintbrush to remove the water, and you can soak up the extra. So see how I'm getting rid of some of that. Now I'm going to leave that one because I want some variation. I'm going to go back in. Now there's a little tiny bud up here, and I would like that to be darker. I'm going to have to add some more. All right, let me add some more Pool Party. It's easy to go back and add more than to take it away. And be careful, because you will I get ink on my hands from my bottles. This one especially tops. And then that you can transfer. So watch that. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of water and I'm going to make this just a little darker for in here. There we go. All right, now I'm going to tap off some of that, add some water so I can go back in and do my other flower, the other petals. It's fun to do this. So if you prepare a bunch of images, you can take and paint them all at once and just have a fun play date. I'm going to go back and add some more color here, only because those are going to be darker when they dry. All right, I'm going to go in and grab some paint. So this is a good way to use your reinkers. And like I said, if it's too dark, take your paper towel. Oh, the other thing is when you heat your embossing, heat from the bottom first and get it melted. And then it just said its live had ended. And then come to the top, so that way you don't get all of your, it doesn't blow all your ink off. All right, there we go. I'm back again. I don't know why it does that. All right, now, because I have my leaves, this one joins, but some of these don't, I can go in and paint those. And I decided to paint them with Pretty Peacock. All right. So I'm going to take and I'm going to paint this one. Oh, way too dark. I'll go in and add. Oh, I messed up. All right, my pool party may be too close. We'll find out, won't we, when it dries? And I'm being daring here. It does help that the embossing creates wells for the water versus letting it free flow. But if there is water, it will bleed. This is the first time I've used this set. I wasn't certain if I was going to like it, but when you do this, you really want to do open, weave, images. All right, I'm going to leave that and let that dry. I'm going to put that there. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my sand eraser, and I think I can get most of this off because it's right on the very top. And when I do this, I have to blow that away. I got to watch my fingers. There's a couple of spots up there from my fingers. Okay, I've got it. It's still there, but not as noticeable. All right, so there's the detailed dogwood with Pool Party and Calypso Coral, goodness gracious, Pretty Peacock. So I'm going to let that sit and dry while we go back to this one. And again, I got to change my water. I didn't do this very good. Let me get some clean water because I need yellow for my centers. Now you can take and use the stamps and stamp the center with your stamps, but I decided to use my paintbrush or my re-inkers. And so if you take and you just add it, all right, and wherever you put the water, that's where the paint is going to go. Now this one needs to be a domed, so I don't know how I'm going to do. Oh, I didn't do too bad with it. All right, this one needs a little bit more. Needs to be a little bigger. There we go. All right. So there's that. And I love the different colors you get. It's easy to, how do I say this? It's easy to create shading with your watercolors because you just put, like this started out dark, and as I went more, it got lighter, and down here it was dark, but then I pulled it out. So you get some shading with that one. And this one still isn't dry, but it's pretty close. But look at that. I think the gold is gorgeous. I think I debated about doing gold with the daisies, but I decided no, I wanted black, and I wanted that black diamond that I have because I think it's by Judikins. I've had it for a long time. I bought it at a local scrapbook store in Maryland before it closed, and that scrapbook store was closed long before I even left Maryland. So I've had it for a while. But as you can see, it's a fun technique, and it's so pretty. Oh, shoot. It says my feed has ended again. It's still on my iPad. I have no idea. I know I'm it keeps buffering on me. Hopefully it's not affecting yours. I don't see it affecting my iPad, so hopefully it doesn't. All right, I got it back. But there it is. I'm going to move this because if I turn it over, you ruin it. Wipe that up. You don't want water where it shouldn't be. And see, now all I have to do is I will cut these down. I kept my panels at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Thanks, Barb. But I will cut them down, and I will add it to colored cardstock. And I may cut it down enough for this one to add a gold layer. It just depends on if I can get it down enough. But then all I need is a sentiment. I wanted to do the leaves. The leaves in here were solid, and it has to be an open image. So I decided to just do those, and I may go back and add the leaf in with green. Again, you will since this is watercolor paper, I will have to use my Misty to stamp it several times to get a good crisp image. But I think it needs some green leaves. But I think, this is my favorite. Oh, I really like that. And then this one, it's turned out prettier than I thought it would. It's still wet there and there. You can see where it's pooled and created different shades. And where it's pooled, it does take it a little bit longer to dry. That one's still wet there. It's wet there. It's wet there. Surprisingly, none of even this piece on the Pretty Peacock is dry, but all the rest of these are dry. So, I mean, it's the kind of thing you paint several images and then you create your card. And it's so relaxing to me. And I love it if you find big images. You don't have to be particular. This one had some smaller images, so I had to be fiddly with it. So if you don't want to do any small, have to be fiddly, just use a large image. The sunflower we had would have been a good one. I didn't have anything large image. Most of mine were smaller. I do know that there's one in the mini that a lot of people have done, and I don't see my mini down here. I've stuck it somewhere. A lot of people have done, and it's an open image like this, and it's gorgeous. So if that's something you think you want to do, look for some open images. Check your stash first. Don't go buying something till you check your stash. You don't need to spend a ton of money if you've got something very similar. And that's what I did, is I checked my stash. This one had just come in, so I thought, well, I'll play with it and do it in the gold. And it's all right. I didn't do the stems. I just left them because it's really narrow. And there's not, if you look at it, there's not a lot of space where the green would show up. So I'm not going to fool with it. But there's that one. And here's this one. And I think I'm going to be doing some more watercolor. I have some images from another company that would be perfect for this. So I will be using those and playing with them. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. I'm going to get ready and flip this around. All right. It was a quick, I'm going to cover this up. It was a quick post today. All right, there we go. You can open if you closed them. Yeah, I don't know if my internet signal is not real good. It's buffering, so it's probably going to stop on there. I don't like it to stop because then I can't see comments. So that's why I have to refresh it and get it straight. My iPad, I have to swipe left to see the comments, and it doesn't always show them to me. Oh, maybe if you swiped it the wrong way. There it goes. I was swiping it right instead of left. All right, so at least I have them there, and I'll have to remember to swipe left, not right next time. Okay, guys, I will be back on Monday in the customer group, and I'm going to be taking all those smushed papers that I did, and I'm going to create cards with them so that you can see the cards. And then I'll have YouTube on Wednesday, and I will be doing another sketch. If you missed last Wednesday, you missed how I showed how to take a sketch or a card you see online and get your measurements from it at the beginning. And then I used one of the sketches and made some cards. So this week I'm going to use another sketch, and last week I used the sketch straight as it was, and then the second card I modified the elements so that to give you some other ideas using the same sketch and just changing the direction, orientation of your elements to get a different look on your card. So I hope you'll join me. I will be back next Saturday, 10:30 in the morning. If you have something you want me to do, to see me do, leave a message on the page and say, hey, Robbie, for your Facebook Live, will you blah, 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 and tell me what you want. As long as I can find a set, if I have the set that you want me to do, I can do it. But if not, just tell me generally, and I will pull up and use what I can and show you, especially for techniques. If there's something you want me to do, just let me know and I will do it. Even if you see a card that I've done, you can say, would you do this one in a Facebook Live so we can see how to do it? And I will gladly do it. I may change the paper and also you can see a different look, but I will do it and show it for you. So if you got some ideas, just send them my way. I gladly will take them and help you out. I want to make it easy for you to create and to have fun. Thanks, Barb and Janice. I think they're pretty also. I can't wait to make cards with them, and I will share them with you. They do have to totally dry, so I won't be doing anything with them today. I need to really work on my quilt that I have to have done, my row for my quilt. We're meeting a week early because I'm out of town and 2 other ladies are out of town. And we all want to be there for the reveal because there's 7 or 8 of us. And so we want to see each other's quilts. So I have to have the row on the quilt I have. That is unbelievable. If you are a sewer, I will be posting a picture of this afterwards because I know the lady gets my newsletter. I don't know if she watches my YouTubes. So I don't want to expose it, show it to her ahead of time. The others, another reason to go to Hobby Lobby. Oh, yes, very definitely, Sharon. Very definitely. I will tell you, my watercolor paper I got on Amazon, and it came recommended by another crafter, not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but I love it because one side is smooth and one side has texture. So I did the smooth side because I really like the smooth side, and it was not expensive. It was 2 packages, and I've hardly touched it. And I like the size of it because I cut the sheet, I cut it at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. There was just a little bit left on the bottom, and there's only going to be a little tiny sliver on the side. So this size is perfect. You're not wasting a bunch of it. Sometimes there's so much that's wasted, it isn't funny. So I may be switching to this because I really like it and I like the size. So, all right. I'm going to get ready and go so that you guys can go. I've got to go to the grocery store, and then I've got to come back and sew. And the little one over there is really anxious. I think she wants her walk. So I would like to get her walk in before I go to the store. I hope to see you Monday night. If not, Wednesday. And if not, I'll be back here on Saturday. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.